Live now, going live now. All right, cool. We'll give people an opportunity to join. Listen, we're looking all right, boys. We're looking all right. We'll just do a bit of pre-pod preamble as people join.
When was last time?
Hey, send me the link, bro.
Yeah. Hold on, I'm just doing it now. Give me a second. Okay.
Live, baby.
All right, answered it in the chat. Let me just post it on the account.
I would like to say obviously Rona's local, but I already got it.
Timi, we'll do a fan slide, yeah. Cool.
Here we
All
go,
right.
next four, all right, bro.
Yeah, you know, we're calm, Rodney. We're calm. We ain't stressed. You know, it is what it will take it a game at a time, as they say, innit? We ain't worried.
Yeah, next four.
We're just proud and passionate, man.
All right, the next four.
We're just
21 in 21, my guys.
proud and passionate, boys.
I've been manifesting, cuz.
So you've been manifesting, yeah? Okay.
I've been fasting. Get
Okay,
me.
King.
8 hours a day. Get me. My Lord will not let me down, fam. My Lord will not let me down, bro.
Okay,
Listen,
okay, King.
we got some words for Harold today. Still,
Harold,
Yeah,
that's a stressed out brother still.
stressed out.
we're feeling good, bro. It's a feel good pod today, blood.
Yeah, a little bit, we're all good, man. We're all good. No
Get
one's
me.
stressed, you know. Respectful, proud and passionate, you know.
Brother,
Seb,
get me.
we don't talk too much. You know what time it is. Everyone drinking, yeah?
It's a young Schlorting, get me.
Yeah, man. You still got the Christmas vibe, man. Like,
Get
you know,
me.
happy.
Hey,
ending
we're
year,
celebrating
you know.
today, cuz. Who was
New
it that was
Year.
saying earlier about Liverpool don't like to lose? They lost 10 games in 3 years, but shut up, man. Get me. Brother, it's 21 in 21, bro.
Boy, okay. All right. So, all right. There's a few people here. I think we're good to start now. Good evening and welcome to another episode of MUGA. Bit different from our usual episodes. This is a cheeky live pod on a Monday evening. We decided to do it at 10 p.m. Listen, we just felt that's how we felt today. We felt, you know what, we're gonna do a pod at 10 p.m. Doesn't matter what's happening in other games. We're not really checking for other teams. There's 16 games in, and it just so happens that Liverpool they slipped on a banana skin. But before we get into that and all things Manchester United related, let me go around and introduce this evening's panel. So, Seb, you're having a hell of a year, brother. Already, we're 4 days in.
Birds flying high. You know how I feel. Come on, man. I done told them anyway. But we're gonna get into it. Brother.
They called you a madman.
They called me insane. They said I was
called you a
insane.
madman.
They said I was insane.
A second brother who also happened to listen. Let's not argue with him in the MUGA chat right now. Timi, how's it going? Take your time. Finish your drink. No rush.
Got the best of both worlds today. Get me?
Yeah.
Bro, listen. Beating Southampton away ain't for everyone, innit?
It's not.
What can I say? Get me?
It's really not.
21 in 21. That's what it is, man.
Yeah, we'll get into it. Akka, you're making this a regular occurrence, sir. How you doing?
Yeah, I'm good, man. Happy New Year. Very good.
Happy New Year, brother. Happy New Year. Happy Monday, even, I might say.
Happy Monday. Happy week. Happy everything in it.
Yeah, man. Yeah. Rodney, man. How you doing, bro? It's been a while. You good, yeah?
Yeah.
We don't talk too much. All right, cool. So before we get into this, let's talk about our partners, Fanslide. This the in-play game, in-play app. We've been playing it for the last few weeks. I used it for the Liverpool and Southampton game just now. Of course, I started with Danny Ings, so you know,
Come on.
I ate very well. The problem was that I put Liverpool players in it, thinking that at some point they were gonna come back, do something, earn some points for me. Didn't quite happen. How did you find it this evening, Timi? The old flan
Yeah,
side.
man. I'm not gonna lie to you. I saw an early goal coming, but I thought it was gonna come from them boys there. So I had Salah in for the first 20, wasted him, but doesn't matter because he didn't do anything for the whole game. Like my plan was putting Ings around the half-time mark. I thought that Southampton might grab a goal between like the 45th and 65th minute or whatever, but just happens they didn't need to. So, and I'm like 0 for 10 on Fanslide at the moment, but I ain't gonna stop until I reach the top. So
I need some of that pot, man. I need some of that pot. And the next
trust
game,
me.
the next game is Brentford versus Tottenham tomorrow. So if you hop on there, I'll be on there trying to do my thing. Timi will be on there too. Don't be shy. Fanslide, you heard it here first. So with that being said, let's get into the live reactions. Obviously, this is MUGA. This is all things Manchester United, but we would be remiss if we were not to comment on the latest in the Premier League. So the reigning champions, the only team I think, bar Manchester City, who are in the title race, Liverpool, had an away game today against Southampton. That game has ended. Hold on, let me just. Okay, yeah, cool. So that game's ended 1-0 to Southampton. An upset, some would say. I'm going to start with you, Timi. What were your thoughts going into this game? Because I mean, some are saying the 10 p.m. start time was not an accident.
Listen,
I can neither confirm nor deny.
bro, I've been doing my prayers. I've been fasting. I've been speaking to my God, and I've been manifesting, my bro. 21 in 21. We knew what was going to happen today. We knew Liverpool were dropping points. We didn't know if it was going to be an L or a draw, but we knew. Setman knew that we were going to draw. That they were going to draw, sorry. So we set our pod for 10 o'clock because we knew it was going to come on there on a, we're haps right now. Get me? Joint top of the league, game in hand. We're going to Anfield, 3 points clear, boys. I'm flipping buzzing. I am buzzing. They called us mad, Sebby, bro. They called us mad, bro. Now look, Coppen don't want to chat to man. They're not atting us back no more. They're not picking up our phone calls, bro. Listen, they're not outside anymore. They're not outside anymore. Defending the title ain't for everyone. Remember that.
Yeah, very, very few teams can say that they actually have gone back to back. Sebby, you were in the Discord with me. What were your thoughts on the performance? Are they cracking?
But yeah, man, as my brother Timmy said, and as you said, back to back isn't for everybody. So we see the pressures there. We see them, starting to crack. And, everything I said came to fruition. I did tell them that they would get the injuries, and they got the injuries because it's not sustainable. The type of football they play is not sustainable for 3 years. Simple as that. You are going to get loads of injuries. Some obviously, were misfortunate, and some are just wear and tear. But it kind of gets like that. So when I watched that match, they looked one-dimensional, but a slower version of what we're used to. So even the cross-field balls from Trent, the accuracy was missing. Same with Robbo. Mane still sharp, but the cutting edge has been missing for him all season. Salah for me has just always been normal Salah, but just minus the goals. For me, they look struggling. They look like they're off the pace. And as I said in the Discord before we come off, I said they've only got injuries in defense. They should be slapping Southampton. If, for example, Southampton score 1, why couldn't they go and score 2? Do you know what I mean? So I don't want to hear the injuries as excuses or whatever, because your main attackers are still there. Unlike other teams or unlike us or whatever, like last season where we didn't have our main attackers, them man have their main attackers still there. So, it's up to them. Do you know what I mean? I don't want no excuses. Thiago today looked like he was chopping up a don of meat and chips. Yeah, I mean, he wasn't really on anything. Do you know what I'm saying? Just in the central center of the park. There's vibes in up there. Do you know what I mean? Fucking Henderson, a fake centre back. Don't know what he was on. Probably celebrating Brexit and that. It was just rubbish from them. Weren't really feeling. Trent, the stripper Trent gave away the ball 38 times. That is scary from a right back. That's very, very scary. Yeah. So again, as I said, they're cracking. Yeah, man. 21-21.
Calm. I'll go to you, Rodney. Listen, I've known you for a while now. I know your style. You're the eternal pessimist with a sprinkling of optimism. How did you feel at full time today?
It's like a two-way street at the moment, because I'm battling set man, and then inside I'm like, it's funny because I'm torn now. Because I've gone one way with set man, so I'm sparring with my man, but in my head I'm thinking, Liverpool are dropping points here. Mane's looking sharp, but no goals. Salah's looking dead. Just Trent is looking his normal self with no assist, and then I'm having to go in a group chat and say certain things. So it's a bit. I haven't really had time to actually take it in. I'm torn at the moment, but it's never a bad thing seeing Liverpool drop points, even if it wasn't to our benefit. It's never bad seeing them drop points. So cool. I'll take it at the moment. I'll take whatever I can get at the moment. The joys of whatever this season's going to bring for us and not for Liverpool, I'll take it.
So obviously, Aka, you listened to the main pod yesterday. Our brother Disu did give Mush a little warning. He said if you don't win, that a certain team are going to be coming to Anfield and they're going to be on top, probably. We've got a bit of a break from the league, which we'll get into. We've got a couple of cup games coming up. But we've got Burnley before Liverpool. How are you feeling now about that Burnley game? How important is it that we get those points going into the Liverpool game?
I think after the result tonight, it's become a very, very important game now, because we can get in. So it's not like Anfield will be a free hit, but you're going there and you're going there with some substance and going there top of the league. Like I asked you, I can't remember the last time we were top of the league this far into a season. Probably the year we won it in 2013. If you hear from Mush, let me know, because I've been trying to get hold of him all day and I can't get hold of Mush.
I've been trying to bell him. Hello, Mush. Where are you, bro? No answer.
Man, Mush is quiet, bro. He's out here trying to give guys homework and shit, bro.
I'm in the group chat.
Trust me, bro.
I can't get hold of him.
Brothers are starving. So yeah, we'll keep an eye on them. But let's talk a bit about us, because to be in and around the top, it means you have to be doing your job. So our last game was a 2-1 home win against Aston Villa. Let's talk about the performance. I'll start with you, Aka. Stay on you. What were your thoughts about the game going into it, and how do you think we did on the night? Obviously, we played on Friday, so we had that. It's a kind of double-edged sword. If you win, you can just relax and watch everybody else and hope some of them drop some points. If you lose, you have to sit through a long weekend of watching your opposition potentially catch up or pass you. So what were your thoughts going into the game and the performance?
Going into the game, I was quite shook, because I think Villa have been playing good football this year, and they've got a few good players going up front, like Grealish, Watkins, or Ghazi. I was a bit nervous because I'm a bit of a pessimist, so I've thought we're due to drop points. The game itself, second half, was end to end. It was very open. I think it was just a case of we're just going to try outscore them. I thought we played well on the whole. Probably just about good value for the win. At this point in the season, I really don't care, Morayo. I just want to win games. It's a congested fixture list, as Liverpool have learned. They've not, without 4 without a win? I've lost count. So the fact that we're racking up points and getting somewhat of a lead, hopefully, if we win against Burnley, is always promising. And at this time of the year, like I said, you just want to win. But the performances haven't been bad as well. I think over the Christmas period, all our performances, maybe barring Wolves, have been to a good standard. So, we're looking good for the new year.
Agreed. Rodney, we've been talking about a certain man in the group chat back and forth for quite a few weeks. A certain Anthony Martial. I've kind of made my feelings clearer. I said to you, I'm done. Just want him gone, to be honest. You told me, bro, calm down, take it easy, chill out, yeah, chill out. I said to you, all right, I'm going to give him one more game just for you, Rodney, just for you. And he decided to respond with a goal, a key goal, the first goal, and a decent all-round performance. What do you think we need from him going forward for us to really put our flag in the ground in terms of challenging for this title?
I think now that it's his second season up top and how everything's transpired and the fact that Bruno and Rashford have, I think it's 18 or 19 of our 33 goals, I do think he's going to have to start chipping in with, I think he's got 3 in 6, but 2 in 6 in the league or something like that. So it's not good enough. So all-round performance, that's fine. That's going to be a stepping stone, and we need to start seeing a lot more from him in terms of goal scoring. I was saying, I think he in the Leeds game, I think he had like 3 chances. I would have given up all his assists, all his nice little play for 3 goals. And again against Villa, I would have taken 2 or 3 goals and given up some of his decent hold-up play. Even though I know that his hold-up play is probably essential to the way we play because we don't have much in the way of midfield. Although we're getting some good performances from Pogba at this minute, it's still not really enough because our DMs can't really progress the ball a lot. So we kind of need Martial's hold-up play. But we're going to need a lot more from him. I think he's going to have to get back to... I think overall he's 1 and 2 at the moment in the last 6. I think he's going to have to get back to that in the league very, very, very quickly because we've got to take the pressure off of Rashford and Bruno. I don't know how long or how sustainable it is to go 38 or however long the season is with just 2 main outlets, with our team being as inconsistent as it is. So he's going to have to do something. I think we set this season for him. We wanted to see better than last season. I think he'll do well to get his last season numbers at the minute. So, yeah, just more goals from him. We need more goals. They're a nice player in that. We already know Martial has that. Maybe not in recent weeks, but we know it's there. So, just goals, man. We need goals.
Sorry, Rodney, just a quick question. I know you don't usually like listeners' questions, but just a quick one if you don't mind. Rodney, it's from Jedi TV. Is Rodney going to start answering fans when we win the league?
This guy.
Good question.
Good question. I'm going to have to press you for an answer, Rodney.
Mr. Jedi TV. Yeah?
Just stop. Just stop. Just stop.
Just give him what he wants, Rodney. Thank you, Rodney.
If we win the league, I'll do an interview with Mr. Jedi TV.
Oh, we love it. We love it. I'll put that down. Put that in my diary.
I won't forget it. Don't worry.
Yeah, Seb. Another player I want to talk about. To be honest, in my mind, I've kind of considered him a forgotten man. He comes up in the chat here and there. Eric Bailly. How immense was he on Friday, and what could he potentially mean to us going forward?
Epic, man. Epic. He's literally the missing ingredients for any type of title charge. You need a solid centre back. You need a centre back that's gonna bail you out when your team's playing shit. And he did that. I see he did that against Wolves. He done that against Wolves and he done that against Villa. There's something that I wanted to touch on, but obviously wasn't any pods. I don't know if we've done a pod since Wolves at all or whatever. But yeah, there was one thing he done against Wolves when I said this guy is insane. So I think it might have been like a Dharma. It's literally left Maguire. So he goes to the right side. So he manages to so he's about to catch up to Adama on the right side. Adama passes it. He goes back to the other side and gets the ball. I'm just thinking that is absolutely insane. Like the pace, like this is literally what you need. And against Villa again, absolutely immense. The last minute block, which again, it would have been on Pogba's head because again, if you're chasing anything, take it to the corner, mate. There's no shame. There's no shame. Take it to the corner, waste time, get a foul, we move, blow the whistle, whatever. But Donny's tried to cross it in. They've gone up the other side. Players progress, whatever. And Maguire can't win the first ball, so the second ball's kind of bounced out, and I think it was Traore that had the shot, and Bailly, that block was just all or nothing. That's him in it. That's him in a nutshell. He's literally all or nothing. He's like, I'm gonna be the best centre back in the world, or I'm gonna be the worst centre back in the world, and that showed it in that moment there where he'll just put his whole body on the line and he just don't give a shit. So yeah, he's been immense, and if we want to do anything this season, he's definitely key.
Agreed. I think while Lindelof and Maguire have been solid, and I'm doing air quotes here, there is a specific type of attacker who tends to do well against them. Guys who are particularly strong or particularly tricky or particularly quick. Neither of them can really handle that. What you have in Eric Bailly is a defender who's able to engage with these type of attackers physically. He's also comfortable playing the ball out of the back. That's always an issue for us. So he's able to consistently find guys through the line off of either foot. He'll even do a mad dribble when he feels like it as well. And he'll make you scratch your head at times as well. But for me, he's a net positive. And if he can stay fit, if he can give us 10, 15, even cross my fingers, 20 league games, I'll be a lot happier in terms of our chances. My thoughts on the game. I was nervous going in because they've been doing really, really well this season. You got Grealish, you got McGinn, you got Douglas Luiz, you got El Ghazi, who's suddenly decided to start bagging goals. Ollie Watkins, who loves a big game. Tyrone Mings coming back in. Matty Cash, who everybody seems to suddenly love. And I thought they were going to be a bit troublesome for us because we have struggled at home. But for me, and now they're all starting to feel like that, I was like, you know what? I was like to myself, if we win this game, I'll start to take these lot a bit more serious. And obviously, they did it. I was like, let me just wait a bit. Let me just wait. But it was good. It was good. Rashford wasn't at his best, but he's carried us. He's carried that attack for the last few weeks. So he definitely needed somebody else to chip in. Wan-Bissaka was good for the most part. He switched off for their goal. He let Grealish go. Some may argue Grealish was auditioning for his role at Old Trafford. That he's trying to get signed next season. But yeah, it was a big win for us. What did you guys think of the penalty? Because that was quite contentious.
Stonewall. Stonewall pen, bruv.
Yeah, I think. Yeah, it was definitely.
Bro, these guys are clutching at straws. Like, he grabs his arm and then he clips him before Pogba clips his own leg. And he goes down.
He comes across Pogba with his right leg. So it's just, and obviously the clips that everyone's seeing, it's like a second after that happened.
Yeah.
So it looks like he stripped his own foot. But who gives a shit? We'll take what we take. Even if it wasn't a pen. No, I don't care. I'll take 100 pens that aren't pens. Who's going to tell me anything at the end of the season when we're lifting 21, like A1 keeps saying?
There we go.
Did you see that? Did you see that?
We go.
And then he quickly took himself out. When we're lifting 21, A1 just said.
But yeah, who cares? When I saw the reaction on the timeline, and then I saw those guys over at BN Sports doing this 33 pennies. I don't care, and I don't think any United fan cares either. Pogba was telling Shaw to go over a minute before.
Facts, he should have. He would have won a pen.
Yeah, I don't care. Nobody cares. Like I said, so even if you don't think it's a pen, we won the game. It's done. I'll actually take that over a screamer from Pogba because it upsets the fans more, and I love seeing them upset. I love seeing the fact that they like the feeling is now like, oh, maybe United are like they're battling themselves, kind of like how I am, and it's good to see fans now doing clips of penalties. This ain't a penalty. I've not seen them do that in a while. Some of the penalties that they brought up on the timeline recently, where it's like 5 or 6 penalties last year. But even if they weren't Stonewalls, I've not seen them say anything at the time the pen was given. It's only now, so. It's good to see. They're helping us. They're giving us the energy for when man lose and we're outside saying, "Where are you? Answer your phone. Come out, bro. It's a madness right now." And no one's answering. So they're helping us. So
that hate is fueling me. That hate is fueling me. Guys were going crazy on Friday evening. People asking us about Greenwood. Are you Ollie in? Bruv, I'm Ollie in till I'm Ollie out. How about that?
Trust
How
me.
How
about
about
that?
that? Yeah.
I'm
Trust
Ollie in
me.
until I'm Ollie out. Seb, I mean, you can see the banner at the bottom. So you're not going to be surprised about what I'm going to ask you. We haven't done an episode in a few weeks, mainly because our patrons have said it kind of makes them sad, to be honest. But I don't think they're going to be that sad about his recent performances. Let's talk about poor Pogba, his performance against Villa and what he's brought to the team in recent weeks.
I think Pogba has been really, really good in recent weeks. I say really good in air quotes because I feel like the bar was on the floor. So like now to see where he is and what he's doing, this is basically what we expect. I don't expect him to have a 10 out of 10 game every single game, but a Pogba 7 out of 10 is helping us win games, and that we saw that against Villa. Do you know what I mean? A good 7 out of 10 is better than most players, and you're able to do some special things. And we saw when he dunked on McGinn, which actually helped us set up the goal. So again, Pogba has been decent. Well, it's been really good. And if he can just play like this, he adds so much to the team. Just like the composure and just that little extra bit of quality to break a team, and especially in like a tight game where you might have like a half moment or whatever. Pogba can provide that, or if there isn't many chances created by Bruno and the strikers are a bit off or whatever, Pogba can kind of take us up the pitch and provide some creativity. So yeah, no, I definitely respect what he's been doing over the last month or so. I just hope he keeps it up. And again, I don't care if he goes to a 10 out of 10. I just don't want him to go below this level because it's actually helpful for the team. And on top of that, again in the Villa game, he was running more. Like, one thing I've been critical with Pogba is his defending, and his defending against the Villa game was unreal. In fact, I preferred his defending to his attacking. That they just, some of the tackles where I thought he might have like fucked up maybe 2-3 months ago, he's getting them right. He's tracking back. He's pressing players. So that was really good to see. And it's like, even like the mentality before the Wolves game is like, I know what we need to do. I don't think you played that good in the Wolves game, but even the mentality switch was really, really good to see. And I just hope he stays at this level, because if he can, it's going to really help the team.
Timi, you're a card-holding member of the Paul Pogba fan club. In past times, you've gone by Labille FC on the old Twitter.
CEO,
We'll talk about that.
Come on. Don't bring that up, lad. Trying to get that nub.
What are your thoughts on how he played against Villa, and generally what he could potentially mean to 21 in 21?
Man, everyone knows how I feel about Pogba. He's my favourite player. He's, for me, the best player that we've got at the club, or the best footballer anyway. It's a breath of fresh air, man. He came back against West Ham, and then since then, he's just been a solid 7.5, 8 out of 10 every game. He did dip against Wolves. I agree with that, but I mean, you're allowed to drop slightly below your level in one game out of 7 or whatever. Recently, he's been really good, and the thing about Pogba, I was saying this when I was live tweeting from the game the other day, is that like, when he's playing well, he just makes the game look so easy. So like, everything that he does just looks so normal for a player like him that might look like a worldie to a player with less ability than he has. And like Sebby says, it's not that we want him to be at a 10 out of 10 every week, because we all know that like he's not Messi. Do you know what I mean? He's not Ronaldo. Like he can't reach those heights. But if he can give us a solid 7.5 by his standards every single week, then we're in business. And Sebby touched on the mentality switch, what he said before the Villa game about how we know what we need to do, now we need to get the job done. He's taken a lot more responsibility now, and that's another thing that I really like. Like, he knows that defensively he's been poor. He's leveled up defensively so much, to the point where I don't see him as a liability when we're defending set pieces anymore. In fact, he's probably our best defender at the moment, defending set pieces. Like nothing's getting past him. He's tracking back. He's challenging at the right time. He's not sloppy and he's not sloppy in possession anymore. He moves the ball quicker. He's working a lot harder. And some would say he's playing for his move. Maybe he is. I don't really care, because so long as he's playing to this level, we're going to be in with a shout when it comes to winning the league. Because all we've ever asked Paul Pogba to do is play at a respectable level that will have us contending. And right now he's playing at that level and we're contending. So long may it continue. Don't care who's better out of him and Bruno no more. Bruno can score the goals. Pogba, I just want you to play your game. That being said, I thought he was the best player on the pitch on Friday alongside Jack Grealish, but it would have all came tumbling downhill if Villa equalised. When, what is he doing, man?
That was the only
Honestly,
moment.
it's literally so annoying, because at that point he was our best player. He was man of the match for me at that point. He was our best player, and then what happens? He just, like, the switch just like goes off in his head sometimes, and it's just like, what are we doing? It was like 94th minute and 30 seconds, bro. Go to the corner flag. Guys can't take the ball off you at the flipping best of times, bro. Knock it off, man, and get a corner.
Simple.
Do something. Stand in the corner. You're strong. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's the one
intelligence,
blemish.
man.
That's the one blemish on an otherwise top performance. Because now, like, I thought Pogba was man of the match, but Eric Bailly made that last-ditch challenge, and that just changed my view completely. Eric was solid already as it was, but like that Pogba mistake could have been so costly, and these are the things that fans get on him about. Do you know what I mean? He got away with it this time, but like Paul, I just need solid 7.5 every game. None of those silly mistakes, bro. But like I said, he's been good. I'm happy. The fans are happy. No one's on him at the moment, so he's taken a lot more responsibility for his actions, playing a lot better. And yeah, long may it continue, man. Long may it continue.
Agreed. So, like I said at the top of the pod, it's a bit of a reprieve from the league this week. Our next game is on Wednesday. It's against City side, who are flattered to deceive this season, but despite that, they dealt with Chelsea handily yesterday, and they are definitely in the mix for the title. We lost in the semi-final stage 3 times last season. How seriously do we want to take this game? How important do we think it is for us to win a trophy? Or are you guys happy for us to maybe play a weaker side and give the players a fresh legs for the weekend and looking ahead to Liverpool? I'll go with you, Rodney. What are your thoughts about the League Cup game against City?
I don't really think Ollie's in a position where he can field a weakened side. I don't think none of the fans want to see a weakened side. I think where we are at the moment, League Cup is, I'll take it, and I'll take the win over City as well. After that boring 0-0 draw that we saw recently, I think it's a big game for us. Momentum-wise, form-wise, how that's going to kick us on for our games in the league, and then our game against Watford and stuff. I think it's a big game. I think we need to take it very, very, very seriously. And we've got the squad to take it seriously. At the moment, we're playing 2 different teams at times, and like our bench, more often than not, is stronger than our starting 11. So I think at this minute, we've got the squad to be able to say, yeah, go out there and win that game. I think we should be taking that game, yeah, very, very, very seriously, especially as it's against City, and especially Ollie's record in semi-finals, man. We need to take that game seriously. We need like M2 saying, a trophy, what it does for us. When is the final? Because it's been played later, right? This year.
April.
Yeah, so in other seasons it would have been played in like March or something, right? And that would have also
end of February.
February, so yeah, that would have also helped us. But yeah, I definitely think going into a final does the players' confidence a world of good, because they can see something's working. So we definitely need to be taking that game seriously. And why not City? Apart from that Chelsea game, they've not been amazing. And we're not in the same form as Chelsea, so I don't feel like they're going to be able to come, or wherever the game is, I don't feel they're going to be able to play like that against us. So
agreed.
Yeah, definitely take it seriously.
Aka, like Rodney mentioned, it's almost like we've got two teams at the moment, and that's the sort of depth we have. What players would you like to see get a run out against City midweek? How strong would you want that team to be?
I think he should play his strongest team because we've got Watford on the weekend, so that's lesser opposition. I think this is a bigger game than Watford because just by the mere fact we're in a semi-final and we lost to them last year. For me, I think winning a trophy is important as well, especially if you want to compete for the title. Historically, teams that have won the title have won the League Cup early on in the season in February and March. That's ourselves, Chelsea, Man City. So it does do a lot for confidence. And these players need a trophy. They need to know that they're at a level now where they can bag trophies, get over the line. Like you said, last year, 3 semis. It was a young team. All right, we let it go. We can't keep losing semis year in, year out. We need to start winning stuff. So I'd play, actually, I think he's going to play Fred and McTominay just because of the opposition. So we've just got to play the strongest team and we've got to get a win. And also, City, we're going to play City and Liverpool in the next fortnight. And that's, for me, the two main rivals in the title race, if we're in a title race. So any kind of edge you can get or momentum you can get is going to help us. So I'm all for the strongest team and to go out and win it. And I want to win the League Cup.
Calm. I love how the guys who are still on the fence, and I'll include myself in that, do the title race slip up, then they take it back. Rodney did it earlier, and I could just did it now. If we're in the title, if we're in it though, I'm not saying we're in it.
Cool. If you want to be in it, you got to win the League Cup.
Hey, they'll be speaking with their chest soon, bro.
I hear you. So, Sebby, Timi, what are your predictions for that game? Like you said, Rodney, we played them, and it was a boring 0-0 draw. We're in good form, I'd say. They're up and down, but they are still City. What do you think we're going to see from us on Wednesday?
I think City's in quite good form at the moment, you know. I think they're in pretty good form. I think the last points they dropped were West Brom, and I think they've won every game since then. Yeah, the
results have been good. When I was thinking about more their
performances.
More. I don't think they played as well as they played yesterday in a while.
Bro, I'll be honest with you. Like, I don't want to see wholesale changes, but I don't mind a change here or there. Do you know what I mean? I don't mind like Shaw coming out for Tellez. I don't mind De Gea coming out for Henderson. I don't mind seeing McTominay and Fred in the middle, which he's probably going to do anyway. But I don't want to see wholesale changes. Like, we haven't won a trophy since 2017. It's coming up 4 years. Like, we're heading into Arsenal territory, bro, the way that we're not winning trophies. I hate it so much when fans say, I don't care, just get me top 4. Like, what are you talking about, man? Like, you want to win stuff. This is football. You're in it to win trophies. Do you know what I mean? So it will do a world of confidence for the boys winning the trophy as well. It's just all round good vibes. And we play well against City, so I'm going into that game confident. I think we might like nick it maybe in extra time, or it might go to penalties. But I'm not gonna lie, and with the form that we're in, I fully expect us to win. I don't look at City, and I'm not fearful of them like I was in 2018 or when they were Centurions. I'm looking at City now, and I'm thinking they could be got at. I'm looking at Rash, and I'm thinking he's getting to Sterling's level. I'm looking at flipping Martial, and I'm thinking. I'm looking at Pogba and I'm thinking, or Bruno, and I'm thinking, yeah, he's doing what KDB's doing. Do you know what I mean? So I'm not looking at City like I'm scared of them. I'm not scared of City no more. Like, the Manchester's is our City, bro. We show them who's boss, and we're at home as well, bro. Go out and win that game, man.
I like that stick talk, but you are who you are. You wouldn't be Timi if you didn't come with the stick talk. I want you guys to bear with me for a moment because I'm going to read something out. So it's a statement of the Uruguayan Football Players Association, the AFU. The undersigned members of the Uruguayan Football Players Association, composed of both the men and women professional and amateur sectors, including the different types, would like to state the following in response to the sanctions imposed by the English Football Association on our colleague Edinson Cavani. Firstly, we must condemn the arbitrary conduct of the English Football Association. Far from condemning racism, the English FA has itself committed a discriminatory act against the culture and way of life of the Uruguayan people. The sanction shows the English FA's biased, dogmatic, and ethnocentric vision that only allows a subjective interpretation to be made from its particular and excluding conclusion, however flawed it may be. Edinson Cavani has never committed any conduct that could be interpreted as racist. He merely used a common expression in Latin America to affectionately address a loved one or close friend. To sustain that the only way to obtain a valid interpretation in life is that which lies in the mind of the manners of the English FA is actually a true discriminatory act, which is completely reprehensible and against Uruguayan culture. We would therefore like to publicly defend Edinson Cavani's impeccable character and, of course, our country's culture. We are all against any kind of discrimination. However, unfortunately, through its sanction, the English FA expresses absolute ignorance and disdain for a multicultural vision of the world, respectful of its plurality, by erroneously, unilaterally, and rigidly imposing its anti-racist rules, the basis of which we support, but are obviously not realistically applicable to the case in question here. It has not just punished one person, but also our whole culture, our way of life, which is, it's got a text, truly a discriminatory and racist act. Lastly, we urge the English FA to review its decision-making processes related to the issues immediately so that it does not only commit any similar injustice ever again. Its regulations should take into account the plurality of people's ways of life and culture. The first rule to fight against racism is to respect such different ways of life and culture. By virtue of foregoing, we request the FA to immediately overturn the sanction imposed on Edinson Cavani and reinstate his good name and honor in the world that has been so unfairly tarnished by this reprehensible decision. So that was tweeted out earlier today from Diego Godin's Twitter account. It's in regards to the 3-game ban that has been handed out to Edinson Cavani after some comments that he left on Instagram after scoring the winner against Southampton, wasn't it? Yeah. I'll start with you, Seb. What were your thoughts when you read that earlier today? Because I know it's caused quite a bit of discussion in the MUGA chat today.
I'm here to say we don't give a damn. I don't care what the Uruguay people are saying. I don't care what Golden's saying. It is what it is, bro. Like he said something that could be, interpreted another way. So from when there's another meaning, or there's a certain word and it has multiple it has another context, maybe in another language or whatever, just hold the ban. Simple as that. Like especially now with the FA. They're trying to seem, more racially aware, even though we know that they're not. But they're trying to do their thing. People are doing the kneeling thing, the Game of Thrones thing. And, they think it's doing something. So, obviously, if something like that comes out, and even if like one person is offended, they have to stay strong. I'm not surprised when I'm seeing certain man defend Edison, because we know what they're about. We know what certain men are about. We know what they believe in. So for me, I ain't really rocking with what those people are saying. Obviously, even from when you're getting a call sign from Suarez, you know that you done fucked up, man. If Suarez is call signing you and, quote tweeting and stuff like that, you fucked up. I don't want to be on the side of Suarez still. So for me, again, the FA don't really need to do anything. It is where it is. There's 2 more games left, which is a FA 2 cup games. He'll be back for the league game. He's already, apologized, said he didn't know what it meant. Simple as that. Leave it as that. The Uruguayan FA or whatever they are, they've kind of they're trying to blow it out of proportion. And I think it's also like a context thing. I don't think they kind of understand. They probably think that we all think he's racist. So that's why they've come out to defend him. But people don't think that. People know, a lot of intelligent people know how he said it, what the context was, what he actually said, do you know what I mean, and what it means in their country. But again, you still got to have to hold the ban. Simple as that. We ain't defending that. You still got to have to hold the ban. And sorry, just on the previous point before we move on, tank all the cups. We tanking all of these cups. Tank all of these cups, man. We ain't won the league in about 7-8 years. Tank all of these cups, man. We're tanking these cups. Golden State last season, we're tanking all these cups, man. We're tanking everything.
Do you think us playing a fully strength side against City stops us going to Burnley and Liverpool?
I don't want to get injuries. I don't want to. You know who our two hitters are right now, Rashford and Bruno. If one of those two gets injured, can you rely on these other dons? No, I can't rely on them. All right, fair enough. As long as you don't play them two, play everyone else. Don't play. In fact, don't even play Pogba. That guy has minimal fitness. Take them three out of the team and Bailly as well, and then you can play the rest of the bums. Do you know what I mean? But everybody else, you can play them. But like Rashford, Bruno, Pogba, Bailly should not play. Should not play. Especially because those are key players. Very, very key players, man. I don't mind. Go play fucking Hannibal and them, man. I don't care. Bro. I don't want to see Pogba or nobody.
Right, what Van der Beek still can't get a young star. Wow.
Play him, bro. Play my man. I don't know. I don't care, bro.
Hey,
Play anybody, bro.
bro, let's return to the point, man. Look at now.
Yeah, Timi, you had some thoughts earlier in the chat. Be interested to hear your thoughts on what's happened with Cavani, the AFU, and Godin.
I'm not too dissimilar from what Sebby said, to be honest with you. Like, I think they should have just left it alone. Like, what they've done is shone a light on something that was already quiet. I don't think anyone in England thinks that Cavani is a racist person. He came out and apologized straight after he did it. And, you know, like, people's culture are their culture. Like, people's culture may still be wrong, right? And the problem is he doesn't Uruguayan people, that's probably the wrong thing to say, but they don't understand that, like, someone actually said it, like, we didn't ask, black people didn't be asked to called Negrito or whatever. We didn't ask to be called that. So it's like, you can't just assume we're okay with it, no matter what it means. On top of that, I saw an example earlier. If we went to a country where alcohol was prohibited and we didn't know alcohol was prohibited, we started drinking alcohol, we're still going to get arrested. So whether Cavani knew or didn't know what he was doing was wrong, it was still wrong, and he still needs to be reprimanded for it the way that we would do it in this country. I thought a 3-game ban and education, as I keep saying, was enough, is what he deserved. Like I said, I don't think he's racist. I'll bring him straight back into the team after the 3-game ban. I really hope he's not involved in this statement that these guys have put out, because it's just gonna upset me, because it's just like bro, like, people like Diego Godin and this Uruguayan like FA or whatever, like, don't they have black friends that they can go and speak to about things like this and just be like, yo, we want to do this for Cavani. We don't think he's racist. We want to support him, kind of thing. Like, do they not have black friends that they can go and ask, who are literally just going to say, like, bro, like, don't do that. It's wrong. Like, it's not going to be received in the right way. So, yeah, man, I'm kind of disappointed that man did that, to be honest with you. I think education is key for everyone. I'm not going to knock a country for their values, and, you know, like, context is always key. Obviously, like I said, he wasn't saying anything in a racist manner or whatever, but in England, that's seen as racist. So, yeah, you need to hold a ban, you know, keep fit, stay in the gym, keep training, come back for Liverpool and put them to the sword, man.
Well said, well said. We've got another cup game, which is the cup game against Manchester City. But you know what we're going to do? We're going to put that up on our Patreon. We'll have a Patreon review of the FA Cup game this weekend.
Watford.
Yeah, Watford, sorry. They're just coming so thick and fast, man. Hard to stay on top of it. But let's finish up with some listeners' questions. There were loads of questions which came in earlier. And people obviously in the YouTube watching this live can also ask questions too. So Rodney, please, your best behavior. People are asking lots of questions because they're happy and they love their club again and they want to hear what you think. So my saying is always, if you ain't got nothing nice to say, Don't say anything at all, yeah? And obviously, Aka, Timi, and Seb, I know I can always trust you guys. First question is from Wade Wills. Do we think this is Pogba's last push at United before he ends up leaving in the summer? Win 21 in 21 and go out on a high. I saw some people mentioning you do, Sebby. Not surprised. Timmy, do you think?
I think so as well, man. I think the love affair is over, man. Go out on a high. Like, that's what fans will remember anyway. Like, he would have been an integral part in delivering us number 21. So just go out on a high and then hope that the majority of the fan base don't hate him, because he's tarnished his reputation a lot here.
Cool. Does anyone think that he will stay?
Maybe.
Yeah, it's a possibility.
Maybe.
Yeah.
If you can't get the thing is, his agent is a leech. So if he can't get the money and the suitors that he wants, he'll go to Woodward and he'll say, give us your best offer and we'll stay here and we'll keep taking a paycheck. Maybe. Depends how it plays out. I do feel like in his head, Pogba's made the call that he wants to go. He feels a lot like you guys were talking about him earlier. He feels free on the pitch. I think he's free of judgment. He's free. I think he knows he's free of the fact that he won't be playing here next year. So you're seeing that in his play, and he's playing with a bit of freedom. I think he's gonna have a big 6 months. It's gonna be. He came with a big opening, a grand opening. I think he's gonna go with a grand closing like Jay-Z. I think he's gonna do his bit, and hopefully he can go out with some trophies. And like
Team of the year, bro. Team of the year, Bill. Trust me.
Like Timi said, if he goes out on a high with a few trophies, like he's done his thing, man. Like I had a chat today with my mate Dan. You guys know him, and he said he was one of the biggest flops in Premier League history, and I was like, anything but. He's not a flop. Yes, he didn't live up to the 90 million, but he's had his moments. 18-19 was a strong season. He scored in the Europa League final, won a couple of trophies under Jose. We went second in the league in Jose, and we're going to look like we're going to have a good year this year, and he'll be integral. So it didn't work out like we expected 10 out of 10 every week. It wasn't quite like that. But I think Pogba, he's all right. He's not the biggest flop.
You're feeling it. He's feeling it. He's feeling it. He's like, we're gonna have a good see. He's feeling it. He's feeling it. He's feeling it.
I said trophies. I'm on about the League Cup, man.
All right.
He's feeling it.
I want the Carling Cup, Carabao Cup, whatever it's called, Milk Cup.
Oh man, I saw that Aka. As he was talking, he was getting into it. All right. I don't blame you.
I'll say one thing. If Pogba has a big 6 months, we may well just win the league. Pogba is integral. Bailly and Pogba have to have a big 6 months for us to win the league. Without that, we're not in the league.
Transformative players, definitely. Do you know what I enjoy so much about it? It's that feeling of being the most hated again. We haven't had it for a while. Like I've mentioned after Friday, people acting crazy these last 48 hours. Other teams have been successful, but there's a certain air when you're used to this, when this is what you're used to. And other guys weren't raised this way, so they don't even know how to be the best team in the country. And neither does their manager. So this is fresh off the press from Jurgen Klopp. Manchester United had more penalties in 2 years than me in 5.5 years. But we have no excuses for tonight. How rattled are them boys?
Why is Klopp bringing up Man United, bro?
Gosh.
Why are you bringing us up? Most hated. They hate us again, and I fucking love it.
That's how you know we're in the title race. I know we're in the title race because other managers are taking digs at us, and that only happens when you're in the title race. Jose done it the other day. They're trying to with Bruno. We're talking about the pens and that, and Klopp done it today. That's when you know when the managers they're shook. So 100%, we just got to
seriously, yeah.
Facts.
They're taking you seriously. I hear you. Even before the game, he said, what did he say? Certain teams are celebrating being close to us, but we're champions. We only celebrate winning.
Not tonight.
The cheek of him.
Not tonight.
The cheek of him.
That celebration of Kanye West, people wondered what Kanye would do if he didn't win. I guess we'll never know.
Know.
Cool. Got a question from Her Adams, one of our patrons, our Discorders, also writes articles for Touchline 2. Check them out. Harry Adams. From this position, what represents a good season for United, Rodney?
From this position, don't know, man. We got a lot of games, and for this position, I'll definitely say top three.
Top three. Anything else?
League Cup and top three.
Any cup.
I'll take the League Cup, and I'll take top three, and probably at this position. Yeah, that's that. I'll take that. I don't think after 16 games with 30-something points, we should be going below top three, to be honest with you. That would take us dropping quite a few points. So yeah, top three, and I'll take a League Cup.
Cool. Seb, what would you think represents a good season for us?
We have to
Please.
win the league. We have to win the league. For me, we have to win the league. We have to go and win the league. And I don't care about no cup if we win the league. If we don't win the league, it has to be second, and I need 2 cups or something. Do you know what I mean? Because I'm investing now. I need to feel. I'm invested. Do you know what I mean? So it's either we win the league and I don't care about no cups, or 2 cups and second. And it's just that we barely missed out on second type of vibe. Not that we got blown out. It was 2 points.
We barely missed out on first. Yeah, all right, cool.
Yeah. Sorry, first. Yeah, 2 points or something or whatever. So it's either win the league and I don't care about no cups, or 2 cups and we barely missed out on first. It went down to the last day or some shit like that. That would be. I possibly could stomach that because
22 games to go. That's a lot of games still, Seb.
Bro, nah, man, we've got the squad for it. We've got a squad for it.
You're saying built for it, yeah?
We're built for it.
Cool. Chana, question from Chana _CJ. Thoughts on Fletcher joining the coaching staff? I'll go to you, Aka. What are your thoughts on Darren Fletcher, old United stalwart, joining our coaching staff?
If it gets Mike Phelan out of the coaching room, I'm all for it. I don't know how this guy is number 2. This guy is going for it. He's going to go for his 4th. If we win the league, it will be his 4th decade he's won a league medal. And I don't know what he does to this day. Like, I need to get rid of Phelan, honestly. We need a better back room. Fletcher, what I will say is he's been in the dressing room. That's won trophies. He's been at the club from a young age. He knows what it's about. Tactically, we're yet to find out what he knows. I do like Carrick in our back room because I think he actually does a lot of work with the players individually, and you can see the progress. Like Fred's come out and said he's improved him. Pogba's come out and said Carrick's done a lot of work with me. I really don't know what Phelan and McKenna do, and the tactics that we play worry me. But I guess we'll have to give Fletcher a go. If it gets Phelan out the door, I'm all for it.
Cool. Got a question from Ricky DW. That's Ricky with a Kay DW. If Saicedo and Diallo are fast-tracked to the first team, can they help the balance in our team? Personally, think Bruno and Pogba as midfielders, along with that attack, is very dangerous. What are your thoughts there, Timi?
I haven't seen Caicedo before. I'm just literally raves about him all the time, and I know he watches his youth football, so I'm going by what he says, and he says he's good. He's a beast, so yeah, I'm backing him all the way. Ahmad, I'm just not too sure we're going to put too much pressure on him too early, man. Like, I think if he'd have come in and we were like battling for 4th place, trying to get Champions League, we'd see him in a lot of Europa League fixtures. We might see him come off the bench in a few league fixtures. And I know people speak really highly of him, but I just can't really see, like, in the position that we're in, him coming from a league where he hasn't completed a 90-minute game in the league, I don't think, to come into one of the hardest leagues in world football and just locking down that right-hand side straight away. I'd love it if he could, but I don't think he will. So I think that it's an easing in job. I think that I don't think that he'll feature that much. I've seen things said that he'll be fast-tracked into the first team. I don't think we'll see him until maybe mid to late February. I think he might debut late in the game, maybe where we're comfortably ahead, or in Europa League fixture or something of the sort. But now we're really going for it. I don't think we can afford to test out an 18-year-old that's not proven in England, and rely on him to help a player like Wan-Bissaka down the right. So I think summer's really when he's going to push on to get into the first team.
Cool. Another question from Rick A. DW. Just one for you, Seb. Is Rashford making that step up this season? Even when he's not playing well, he gets a goal, and some of his best performances, he hasn't even had a goal. Dribbling looks a lot better. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, totally spot on. I definitely feel like he's improved and gone up another level. As I've just been having that debate, I just well, we had that in the touchline chat. I just feel like just his dribbling's just gone up another level. Whereas before we always used to compare him and Martial's dribbling and just saying one has good close control and the other doesn't. I feel like Rashford's added that close control to his dribbling, which I really, really, really rate. He's looking frightening, to be honest. So I am happy about that. And as he said, and as Rick said, that when he's not scoring, he's just affecting the game. He's a problem all the time. He's beating players off the dribble. Do you know what I mean? He's moving to teams. He's faking them, and it's just causing a destruction. And on top of that, when he's not playing well, he's still scoring, and that's good. He's got a good tally, and I just hope he kicks on. But I definitely can see the improvement, and if he gets, I think I wanted to go on a goal scoring run when he gets where he grabs a couple doubles. Do you know what I mean? Where 2-in-1 game and stuff like that. I think he needs to do that, because one thing I do realize about Rash, and I thought less so now. This season has improved on that, but when he gets one, he's a bit complacent. I thought this season he's been trying to grab goals, but I didn't think he was as goal hungry as he was as he is now in previous seasons. So I just like him to go get 2 goals, consecutively in our next few games in the Prem, and see where it takes him.
Nice. Got a question. People already looking to the summer and strengthening the team. This is from SXNGHZ1, so I'm guessing that's Sing Z1. Who is the better signing to make in the summer, Sancho or Haaland? What are your thoughts? I'll open that up to all of you. I'd be interested to hear all your thoughts.
Haaland for me.
Haaland.
Yeah,
Haaland.
It's not even a question.
Do you say Haaland as well to me?
Yeah.
Rodney. Sorry.
Yeah, I think with Ahmad coming in, I think the essentialness of Sancho, if you putting him up against whether we need a striker or not, is not the same. So yeah, I'll go Haaland. I feel it's a little bit conflicted because I still think Martial is.
I know, that's why I asked you.
I still think he's quite essential to the way we play. So if we don't have a DM, I don't know, man.
Do you think?
You know what? Actually, you know what? Nah, I'm gonna go Sancho because I don't know what I think. Haaland changes the way that we currently play football for so many of our attackers. So I'm gonna go Sancho. I don't think Haaland fits the way we play. I think we'll have to change too much of the way we play to suit him.
Okay.
So I'm gonna stick with Sancho actually, because I think the right hand side, just having a right winger who offers anything resembling of a right winger or a right mid, transforms our team remarkably. So I'll go right and keep my faith with Martial.
Got a question from Vince. No, it's like _ James out on loan and promote Palestri. Finally, thoughts on that one? You've nicknamed him Pelly or whatever you call him, Seb. What are your thoughts on that suggestion?
Pelly sauce, man. He's coming to heat up the Prem very, very soon. I definitely need him in the first team 11. Way better than James. Just the way like he dribbles like a proper South American. You know, like I don't even know how to explain it, but it's like, you know, there only certain South American have that, like that Aguero, Suarez type of vibe. Them man, yeah, he dribbles like one of them, man. And he's very creative, and he can play on both sides, which I really like. It could be very useful coming off the bench in the latter stages of the season. You know, where James comes off the bench and he can't pick up a final pass, Pelly will be there to pick up final passes, and he actually looks like it looks like a decent goal threat as well. So yeah, I expect him to play during the latter stages of the season, especially as we start, playing Europa League and all of those other cups again. I expect him to play then. But yeah, hopefully James can go and send him off to Leeds, because I know they wanted him for 20 million. So yeah, let's get that deal done.
Cool. Got a question from It's Like _ a personal favourite of mine. Nabcam versus Pogba watch. I thought this dude was meant to come in and show up the bill. Listen, when Liverpool signed Naby Keita, all sorts of talk. Top 3 midfielders in the league. He's going to come in and show up Paul Pogba. He's going to show him what a real world-class midfielder looks like, etc., etc. Naby Keita. I smell bullshit. And very quickly, I coined the term Nabcam. I coined the tune. Nabcam. So I don't even get to use it anymore because he don't play, and when he plays, he's underwhelming. So yeah, it's like _ it's been a resounding dub for Pogba, and that's scary to say because Pogba is probably the most hated, most questioned player in the Premier League.
Wow,
So
I didn't even know that was a thing.
It was most definitely a thing when he came in, because he was doing his dirt in Leipzig, in the Bundesliga, and people are like, okay, you lot are going to see a proper midfielder, number 8 shirt from Steven Gerrard. He's going to do this, he's going to do that. They've could, like, even Adil saying in the comments, they compared Pogba to guys like Xhaka. That's how far the bar has been at times. So scary. And this is the last question from Sad N-word Twiz. What profile of manager, named as well, would be great, could get the best out of the current crop of players? Or if you're Ollie in, what strides does he need to take in order to be fit for the United job? So I want to split this answer into 2 camps. So those of you who'd like to see somebody else come in, who would it be and what style of manager would that be? And those of you who want to see Ollie stay, what do you think he needs to do to kind of take himself to the next level? Obviously, someone like me, I'm not really a fan, but I respect what he's doing with the team.
Yeah. He has to win trophies now. He's at that level where he's restored the culture and he's brought good vibes, and we're back to looking like somewhat of a United team. But end of the day, United is about winning. United is about winning. United win trophies. We support United because they win. Let's not kid ourselves. We grew up on trophies. It was food and drink, trophies year in, year out. That's where we want to be. We're the biggest club in the world, or one of the biggest clubs in the world. We're about trophies. We have to move like a big club, and we have to win trophies. So if he doesn't win trophies, he's got to go. But you got to give him the chance, I think. So he's got 12 months left, I think, at the end of the year. I would like to see him finish his contract, just for the fact that since Fergie, we've not let anyone finish the project that they started. So just for that alone, I think he should see his contract out. But if he wins trophies, hell yeah, he should get a new contract. And why not? He's won stuff.
Timi, you said Ollie in. Do you think Ollie in his current iteration is enough to take us back to being one of the top sides in the league? And if not, what do you feel he needs to add to his repertoire to get there?
Listen, the only manager that I wanted over him was Poch. So until Poch is available again, I'm Ollie in. He's restoring the feeling, mate. He's restoring the feeling. I told, man, look, a couple men have been saying it. Something's happening. And Ollie's the reason that something's happening. He ain't a great coach, but I don't care. I'm here for the vibes, bro. If we win the league this season, it's off vibes alone. So it's Vibes FC from now on. He's restoring the feeling. I won't give him a new contract yet. I wouldn't give him a contract until we repeat next year. Because if we don't win the league next season, we'll win it this season. But if we don't win the league next season and Poch is available in the summer, we must pounce.
Oh.
But until then, it's Ollie in, fam. Vibes all the way.
It's Timi, man.
Listen, man will say it's
Timi.
Man will say it's Timi until I prove you wrong again, and man will be like, "Oh, Timi said that, Timi really did say that." Bro, listen. You think if we don't win the league, what do you think? If we win the league this season, that we're not going to be competing next season? Why can't we win it 2 seasons in a row? Listen, let me not talk too much, bro. Because we're winning it this year.
Even I saw Seb grimace there. Even you
listen,
even
Sebby,
from beyond
hey,
Seb
listen,
Sebby.
Sebby,
I only said
Sebby.
21 and 21. I didn't say 22.
Sebby, hey, listen. As soon as we win the league this season, do you think that Sebby's not going to be saying we're going to repeat?
Yeah,
When
When
you know,
Rashford slaps 30
yeah.
this season, you think
Yeah.
Sebby ain't going to be saying that
Yeah,
we're
Sebby,
I don't
repeating?
listen, honestly, I'm so tired, yeah. I don't
Sebby's
care
in the
about
camp, bro. He's
2022.
there. Nah,
I
I
literally
care.
just care about this
Trust
league, bro.
me.
I care about this season and I'll focus next.
Look at who we got coming through as well. We got Ahmad. We got Ahmad. We got
Worry about
Ahmad
next year.
coming through. We got
Yeah,
Pelly
like,
coming
yeah.
through. We got Medjbury coming
Mad.
through. What? 22 in 22? Are you mad?
It will be
They are
22,
cuz.
22, bro.
Yeah,
That's mad.
yeah. We'll
But-
leave it there. I mean, go on, Ronnie.
What I will say on Ollie is I've been so critical of this guy. I've been Ollie out from Ollie was in. And the problem is, when we speak about other managers, I realised that Ollie's not that bad. Because people were speaking about Lampard. We're seeing what's going on at Chelsea. People were speaking about Arteta. We're seeing what's going on at Arsenal. Then that PSG manager got sacked and people were doing context for his time at PSG. He was brought in to win something and he didn't win that something. And the context that everybody was applying and the excuses they were making, it's actually made me realise that I need to not talk on Ollie because the way everyone views other managers and Ollie seems to be pretty unfair. Because any other manager, if they had the run that Ollie was having, or even done the job that Ollie's done so far, like results wise, I don't think we'd be as on them. So I think I did tweet it. I'm just gonna stop talking about Ollie for now because the way others talk about other managers and the excuses that are made for other managers, it's a bit mad. So I'm just gonna just not say anything on Ollie because it's a bit hypocritical at the moment. But if we're talking about different managers, then the Brighton and Southampton managers is probably my top 2 because I don't watch football outside of this league. So
Fair enough. I think you make some valid points there. I think when we lose, it's Ollie's fault, and when we win, it's in spite of Ollie. I've also been of a part of that group, but at the bare minimum, he puts the players in the position to be successful. So he knows, for example, Bruno. If I get Bruno on the pitch, good things are going to happen. And he's happy to bench arguably more talented player, or not arguably, a more talented player in Paul Pogba for Bruno. He's done well with our attackers. I think he's had a big part in, even though this has been part of Rashford's natural progression, I definitely feel Ollie's lit a fuse under him. Martial, I had that feeling last season, and I'm not going to reverse it because I think this is more Martial than anything. So he's definitely shown an ability to get the most out of the attack. And when he talks, I feel like he understands the quality of player that's required to play at this club. He saw all of them. He played with all the best of them. So he definitely knows when a player is not good enough, hence why we barely see Daniel James. So the idea is, will they back him? And if they back him and he's getting the deadwood out and he's bringing in more quality, and he's a manager who's able to get the best out of players and put them in a position to win, why can the results not improve? We know we've got money to spend on players, and I'll always be apprehensive because it's been almost 10 years, guys. It's been a tough decade. So we'll see, man. We'll see with Ollie. I've still got my doubts about him tactically. But yeah, he's making stuff happen, and this is the perfect season for him to sneak a league title. And we'll rest on this for a good few years before they need to switch managers. So yeah, he's a club great. He's done good things on the pitch here. So yeah, I'm rooting for him in that regard, man. Good luck to him and to all the lads.
yeah, definitely.
And yeah, we'll be here every week to document it. Aka, Timi, and Sebby leading the way, and Rodney apprehensively bringing up the rear with me beside him. So I thank you all for your time this evening. It's 11:30. Can't lie, it was worth it. The blood of my enemies is always so sweet, man. Guys, Guys, it's so sweet. I was on that Discord like, oh yeah, nah, man, you lot are gonna score. You know, it's
You know that.
We,
They were
we,
not
we,
gonna
tr- we
score.
trick y'all. We trick y'all. We trick y'all, man.
He was never
No,
ever.
you just gotta put this. You gotta put the safety net there in case they
You have
score.
to.
You
You
I
have
told
to.
you they were gonna score.
This is what I said. Even though inside your heart would be broken, I
Yeah,
told you they're not
broken.
gonna score. They're dusted, man.
Mane had
Thiago
that header
looking.
at the end, and although I thought Liverpool would scored, I was thinking, "Fuck, don't let it go in." So
Man,
it's just
like in
yeah.
the normal day, normal Mane has to goal, and if he doesn't score, at least he's setting something up. So he looked off the boil. Salah wasn't at his best. Firmino was Firmino. Henderson was trying to play the same diags from centre back that he plays from centre mid.
Awful, man.
Thiago wasn't.
Thiago looking like he just
I'm
come.
on
He's come back
Thiago
from
now.
Benidorm.
Thiago.
Bro,
He
Thiago went
embarrassed
into
me, so
lockdown.
I'm on him now, you know.
He went into lockdown before Boris announced it, bro.
Listen,
Yeah.
we're
He was
on
out of there,
Thiago,
man.
you know.
He
We
was out of
might
there. He
have
was
to.
shielding.
And the
We
worst
might
of
have to
the bunch
load
was,
that agenda, fam.
and
What
the
did
worst of
Sebby
the
call
bunch
him?
was
Madonna
Trent.
kebab or something?
Yeah, man, Donna Kebab. And the rest of the bunch was Trent. Don't know what he was doing for the goal, and he gave them absolutely nothing for the rest of the
Do you know
game.
what's mad is that I've seen Coppen defending Trent until they got nosebleeds, and then he goes and he does that.
And then he does that. You know what I mean?
Like,
Hey,
he just
we
made it
warned them
easy for
Coppen.
us.
We warned them Coppen lads. You know, we told them we're coming.
Yeah, we're gonna spin.
We've arrived now.
We're all ready. Listen, we're proud and
We've
passionate.
arrived now. Hey, listen,
We're
Anfield
proud and
awaits.
passionate.
Anfield awaits.
We'll spin
We're
the
proud and
block on
passionate,
Coppen
man.
every week. Every
Trust
week
me.
we're gonna spin the block. We don't see the sneak disses. We're just waiting. And when we spin the coup on the block,
Trust
don't
me.
hide, yeah?
Don't run.
hide.
Don't run.
Don't run. The
Don't
big
run.
4-5
Get me?
will come out.
So
When the
obviously-
ting goes, listen.
Yeah.
We're
Don't
local
hide.
now. We're local,
don't do
fam.
either today because I didn't see Harold. I didn't see Fahi. I didn't see. Is it Marco? I didn't see nobody outside when I came on the block with my camera asking questions. Bro,
They was hiding.
You
They
know
was
what?
at
They're not
home
even-
hiding.
They're not even comfortable in their own ends.
Bro, them man not comfortable.
They're not.
Bro,
Get
top
me.
of the table,
Blinds
their thing.
closed, doors
Top of the
locked.
table, their thing. 97, 96 points, whatever they're telling us. They don't even look
Get me.
comfortable in their own ends.
They're
They
not
don't look
comfortable,
comfortable.
cuz lights
All
are
right,
off.
man.
Peeking
That's
out the
enough,
window and
that's
that. They're not
lads.
ready.
Thank you very much. This was a pleasure.
That Coppen pack.
That Coppen pack, man.
Hey, we're loud in that one today, blood.
All right, boys, man. Have a nice evening, yeah.